It's been a while since I showed you a bread recipe, so it's about time to make another one. Today I will show you how to make a walnut bread. My bread recipe today is very simple, it's very easy to follow, and what you need is 500 grams of whole wheat flour, 150 grams of cracked cereals or cracked grains. So this is something that I have here in my pantry, and I will put a link below this video so you can find something similar or even the same. Then 120 grams of walnuts. You can also use hazelnuts or any other nuts that you like. About 350 grams of warm water or lukewarm water, and you might need a little more or a little less. 9 grams of yeast and 2 teaspoons of salt. And you will, like always, find the printable recipe here on my blog, and you can switch between the metric and the US customary measurements. I will start with using some of the water with the yeast and a little bit of the flour. And I let this rest now for a couple of minutes until I see that the yeast is activated and creates some bubbles on the surface of the water. Okay, things are starting to happen here. I can already smell the yeast, so you can also use your smell sense to find out if your yeast is already activated. Before I continue, I want to say something about the cracked cereals. I forgot to mention it when I went through the ingredients. So I soaked these cereals in water overnight. I actually used the double amount of water than I have from the cereal, so it was like more than just covered. And I drained them and washed them a little bit, and so they are ready to use now. If you do not have or you do not want to use these cracked cereals or cracked grains, you can as well just use some pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds. Alright, so I will continue now and use the flour and the cracked grains, like this, and also the water, and I might use a little less or a little more of it. Let's just see. And I will knead this now for 9 minutes, and while I'm kneading that, I will see if I need a little more water or if that's just enough. It should have like the consistency of a little denser than a mashed banana. And also while I'm kneading, I will add the salt. So this will now be covered, and I let this ferment for 45 to 60 minutes until it has about doubled in size. And I think you can see it here. It is it's somewhere, I think, between being a dough or being a batter. It's a very wet dough or a very thick batter, whatever you want to call it. So I'm covering it now, and I'll see you in about a blink of an eye while I'm waiting here for an hour. So here you can see the dough has come up all the way here. It's definitely doubled in size, and now I have to knead it again and add the walnuts. So Okay, and the rest I will do with the spatula. I just want to make sure that the walnuts are in this dough quite evenly. I don't want to have like the walnuts only on top of the bread. I want them everywhere. So I'm kind of folding them in. Okay, this will go into the baking pan now. And my baking pan doesn't need to be greased. If you have a different baking pan that needs greasing, you should do that right now. And I'm just putting the dough into the pan now. And I want it to go all the way into the corners. So I spread it out as good as possible. Now this will have to rise for another about 15 minutes, and during that time I will preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So here you can see another really nice rise. The oven is now at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will bake this for 60 minutes now. And after 60 minutes I will remove the bread from the baking pan and I will bake it for another 10 minutes without the pan. So here's the bread after baking. One more thing you should know is that if you have loose teeth or anything like that, this is a very crisp bread. If you don't want it that crisp, don't bake it for the other 10 minutes in the oven without the baking pan, so only the top crust will be crisp. I will have to let this cool now completely, and then I will cut it open and show you how it looks from the inside. The bread has been cooling for about an hour and it's cool now. Let me cut it right in the center so I can show you what it looks like. So here you can see this has lots of very nice pores. It's not too dense. You see the walnuts here in several areas. And I will cut a slice now and see what it tastes like. I mean, I know what it tastes like, but every bread is different. There are so many good ways to eat this bread. I really like it with some cream cheese and jam, but it's also very delicious with a slice of salmon. So let's have some jam. I'm sure someone will scold me for using the same knife to go into the jam. Okay, so let's have a bite. This is fantastic. I think this is one of my best breads. It's very fluffy, it's very light in the texture, but it has a very crisp outside, and that's what I really like. I like to bite on something. I don't know, some people don't like it that much, but I really like to have something to bite on. And with the cream cheese and the jam, it has a really fresh taste. I also like the walnuts in it. They give it just a little bit of extra taste that is just something that puts this bread apart from other things. Yeah, I hope you like this bread. I hope you make it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And subscribe if you don't have yet. Hit the bell button so you get information whenever I publish a new video. And stay tuned to watch some more of my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.